All right, good evening, friends. This is Swami Prem Vivek from Osho Amritam, Edison, New Jersey, USA, and a lot of friends have joined together in a video conference today, which is the introduction to the food meditation event. Let me share my screen. One second. Can somebody tell me if they're able to see my screen and seeing it in a larger view? Are you seeing the presentation?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And if you're not speaking at this time, if you could be on mute so we don't get feedback. What I plan to do is to talk through this event, how this is going to be conducted. You can ask me a question at any time. This is more of an interactive session, so don't feel shy. You can just pause and ask me questions. So let me welcome you again. Thank you very much for joining this event, 9 p.m. here in Eastern Time. Some people have joined from India, so I really appreciate it because it's 6:30 a.m. your time. So thank you very much for taking your precious time to join here. So this event is going to go for a week, and we will have daily event like this in addition to other activities that I'll introduce to you. So before I dive into this event and introduce to you, why don't I tell you a little bit about myself, and I'm going to keep it very customized for what is relevant for this event. So a little bit about me. As you know, my name is Swami Prem Vivek. I was originally initiated by Madharam Jyoti in India in 2001, and then I lost connection with Master's work for about 15 years until I reconvened, regrouped, reconnected with the Master in 2017, took sannyas again, reinitiated by Swami Anandarun. And then ever since, I have been facilitating meditation programs at Osho Amritam, weekend meditation, daily meditation, sometime 2-day meditation, etc. Also, I have facilitated lots of Osho awareness program that have been branded as Osho Awareness Intensive Program, sometime 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and 4 weeks as well. Done meditation in the marketplace place program, have done first chakra awareness program. So you become aware of the faculty of the first chakra, how the energy moves and what are the impacts, and you become aware of that. I've also done Tantra awareness programs as well. So lots of programs that we have done at Osho Amritam. All these programs are simply an expression of master's work that I wanted to experiment. And in that process, I offered this to a group of friends that wanted to experiment along with me. And that's how these events come together. A little bit about the mind patterns that I wanted to share first, because you're going to ask yourself these questions about with regard to food, right? So I have been a very fast eater since my childhood. Those who know me personally, they will know. And that is a pattern of your mind. That is a particular type of pattern. You will discover your patterns. The second pattern that I have is I've been eating food like work. And most people here in the West, at least, have that tendency of eating food as if this is a work. Not only that, people call it, I'm still working on it. If you ask them, have you finished your food? No, I'm still working on it. The word work has been attached to the food, and that is so not good, because food is not just eating. It's not the doing part of it. There's much more to it, and it is also a device for meditation. So that's what we'll talk about tonight. And lastly, one more pattern that I want to share, because many of you probably have similar pattern like me, is that at times when I don't know what to do, food becomes a filler, right? Just go and eat something. And that's again a mind pattern that many of us have. Many of us have actually obesity problem, and that is related to overeating or eating constantly, because you don't know what else to do. I share this just to open the context here, just to open it, the atmosphere, so you don't feel like you are being judged by anything that anybody wants to share with regard to their pattern. It is not an exam. We're going to work together. We're going to share authentically. We're going to experiment authentically. We're going to share authentically. So it is not an exam. We are here as a group of friends to be authentically connected. That's why I share these things with you, so you feel more space of not being judged. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what is food meditation. So let's let Osho himself talk about what is food meditation. So let's listen to him.
If you are really there, totally absorbed in eating, you will be surprised. The first thing will be, for the first time, food becomes something divine. Upanishads say, Annam Brahm, food is God. Such a beautiful statement. Food is God. These people must have tasted. You cannot say without tasting God in food.
Friends, we will experiment this in our weekly meditation. As you eat food, you will eat meditatively, and hopefully you get a glimpse of that food is God, Annam Brahma. Because this whole world is nothing but expression of energy. You are an energy phenomenon. The food is an energy phenomenon. The way the food has been expressed is different. It could be a vegetable, it could be rice, it could be grain, whatever it may be. It is a container of food. It is made out of energy. And when we take that energy, the energy in our body assimilates that energy. So food is nothing but an energy phenomenon. And to be able to see it, observe it, witness it is a very different experience. It is not an intellectual exercise. So I welcome you to try this whole week, and you will notice something that cannot be expressed in words. The second one.
Live the same life, just change your alertness, make it more intense. Eat the same food, walk the same path, live in the same house, be with the same woman and the children, but be totally different from your inside. Be alert. Walk the same path, but with awareness. If you become aware, suddenly the path is no more the same, because you are not the same. If you are aware, the same food is not the same, because you are not the same. The same woman is not the same, because you are not the same. Everything changes with your inner change. If somebody changes his within, the without changes totally.
Friends, Osho is a very unique master. He is not teaching us asceticism. He is not teaching us to run away from life. He is not even asking us to alter our life. And same is the case of eating food. He's not going to ask us, he's not asking us to eat any differently. The only difference that we bring to the food or eating is the awareness, being alert. So all week long, we are going to simply take one or two meals that we can eat meditatively, eat with awareness. And I will provide guidance what that could mean in terms of being aware of what. So I will share a few more things every day so that it becomes easier for us to observe, witness, and see how eating is happening. So that's what we'll do tonight. I mean, starting this week, or this week rather. The other thing that Osho is saying is Osho is not interested to change the outer behavior. So he's not asking us to go and eat less to counter obesity or overeating. He's not asking us to change our behavior. He's asking us to change our quality, the awareness in us. Because if we become aware, the inner changes. When the inner changes, the outer changes totally. Osho's methods are not of suppression. Osho's methods are of transformation. Let's hear him once more.
You eat meditatively, you sleep meditatively, you walk meditatively. Then meditation is not something set apart. It is like breathing or the beating of the heart. It becomes a quality of your being. Not that you do meditation, you become meditative. Whatsoever you do, meditation follows you like a shadow.
Friends, meditation is not about sitting 1 hour in meditation posture or following any of the Osho meditation methods that Osho has given. Yes, those are meditation, but it is not limited to that. Osho has given us guidance to be able to live meditatively. Anything we do, anything, food included, as long as we are being aware of what is happening, it becomes a meditative process. The quality is of meditation that comes into that act. So we are going to use food, eating as the device to be meditative. Think about this. How long can you be meditative throughout the day through a device like meditation that are created by the master? 1 hour, 2 hours. Why not use the rest of the time in doing whatever we were doing, just like eating 3 times a day? We do that. Why not convert that into meditation? There would be probably another program we could do in the future. Why not convert sleep into meditation? Osho has talked a lot about how to convert sleep into meditation. But tonight, let's keep the conversation about food meditation. So the whole week, we're going to experiment how to convert eating into meditation. So why food meditation? Again, like I mentioned, everything we do in life, 24 hours, whatever we are doing can be converted into meditation. All we have to do is to bring the quality of awareness into it. And where exactly are we going to? In our lives. We're not expecting you to come to any place. We are in lockdown. We are different parts in the different parts of the world. You're going to experiment this in your life. The way you eat, whenever you eat, no restrictions around doing these things for food meditation. You simply are going to bring the quality of awareness into when you're eating, and you will get lots of guidance every day and reflections as well. So what we're going to do, some of the things that you can take away, there'll be more guidance given to you, but some things are we're going to eat slowly. It is not an act. It is not something we need to finish. It is not a race. It is something which is like prayerful. So we're going to eat slowly. Eating slowly will help us to become aware. We will be aware of the process of eating food. If you haven't watched, I will send across the video that I created last time where you can listen and follow how to be aware of the eating process. As you take the food, feel the touch of the food on your hand. As you take the food to your mouth, be aware of that process all the way to when it gets to your mouth. Be aware of the chewing process. Be aware of the saliva mixing into the food. Be aware of your tongue mixing the food. Be aware of swallowing the food. Everything, moment to moment, whatever is happening, be aware of that. So I'll send you the link of that video. You can just watch and be a little bit more aware, or simply just watch yourself in the eating process. And we will be fully aware while tasting food. Let me share something that Osho has talked about. In hunger, there are two hungers together. One is the hunger of the body. Hunger is of the body is satisfied when the food goes inside your stomach. It gets processed. You feel filled, and that hunger is satiated. There is another hunger, the hunger of the mind, which is the taste of the food. This hunger, for 99.9% of the time, doesn't get satisfied because we're never present. Osho says because you don't taste the food while eating, the hunger for the taste does not get satisfied. And therefore, you are compelled to eat more and more and more. So that eating more, one of the main reason of that is we never taste the food. That's the first thing. Then second, when you eat food and you taste the food, there is something else that happens in your awareness. So you're going to experiment that, find out what happens to you. And then Osho says, be totally absorbed in eating. While you're eating, you're not talking because then you're distracted. Put your total being into the eating process. Be totally absorbed, and that will help you to be more and more aware in the eating process. So what happens when you eat meditatively? So you can think about this food meditation is simply about maybe just eating slowly, being more healthy, etc. Yes, they are there, but they are just a byproduct. We are not here to teach you about how to eat healthy food, about how often to eat, about the science of eating. No, we're not here to do that. You have enough avenues to learn that. This is not an intellectual learning. This is about using food and eating as a device to meditate, to bring the quality of meditation in you through this as a device. That's what we're doing. But there will be side benefits. And the side body benefits are, like I said, we are either overeating because we are not listening to the body, we are listening to the mind, or we are undereating because we think we should be fasting because of some religious belief. Eating meditatively, the energy of the foods gets nourished in our body. And not only that, it brings a quality of energy that nourishes your being as well. So we're going to experiment on that. And then it also eliminates the toxicity. When we are eating, we're simply not just eating the food. If we are annoyed, if we are anxious, if we are stressed, then the quality of that energy is mixed with the food as well. And that creates a lot of toxicity. We are not aware of it. So Osho says when you're eating, and if you have found yourself being very annoyed, very angry, all these negative emotions, don't eat at that time. Wait. When those emotions have gone away, then eat. Because that food is creating your body and influencing your mind. You do not want to reinforce that negative energy in you by eating the food at that time. So there will be some of these sharings as well along the way. And like I was mentioning, many people eat food just as a temporary filler. They don't know what to do, go and eat something. Again, they're confused, eat something. A lot of people eat food out of confusion. I know friends that constantly eat because they're confused, as if this is the remedy. Watch your pattern, whatever is your pattern, you can watch, and those things potentially, hopefully, goes away because you become more and more aware. Those are side benefits. What is the logistics? So first of all, we are going to have this event for 7 days, starting tonight, USA time, to Saturday, same time, we will meet again. Every day, I will be sharing some of the experiments that you will be doing on yourself. Through WhatsApp, I'll be sharing that. And you will experiment that in your life, and then you'll share back in the group. Sharing is very important because through sharing, you become a lot more clearer about what happened, even compared to when it happened and you witnessed. And by sharing, you're contributing to the space where other can share as well and learn from that and take it back in their life. So sharing is very important. If you're someone that can't share in writing, you can always record it on WhatsApp, 1 minute recording, whatever it is for you, and then you can share it in the group. And throughout this process, I will be reflecting, offering some of the things that Osho may have said. So that's what I'll do. I'll respond, reflect, and then we will meet every day, same time, like we did today. And those meetings are going to be, again, more sharing in person. We might listen to it Osho discourse. I might reflect and respond to something, clarify something. And as I have been doing these programs for many, many times, I've done it for a couple of years now, I have found those sharing to be extremely beneficial. Remember, your life is not restricted in compartments. So when you're eating, there may be many things coming up that are not related with eating, and you may not know about it. But when you share it and we reflect upon it, many things about your life will get revealed that may not be actually clearer to you as well. So I've found it to be very beneficial. I hope you'll find the same. So we'll meet every night. Some nights we have found that there's less sharing, and we've done a small guided meditation. So we will flow with time, but we will meet every night. I think I mentioned the every night one. The last thing to mention there is every event we do, the last day is always a celebration day. So the last day we might dance, we might sing, we might listen to a show, and we'll virtually hug each other before departing. So life is all about celebration, friends. Nothing is serious, including this event that we're doing. It is not a serious phenomenon. Take it playfully, and we will enjoy together on the 7th day. And just to clarify and reinforce, there is no fee for this event. This is my contact detail. Obviously, you have it because you have joined, but this video will be posted. So if anybody wants to refer, you can also refer to the YouTube channel. And I request you to actually like the YouTube channel, subscribe to it, and also press the bell icon so you get notified about any other video that I post. Even though you may not have been able to join that event, you will get notification. And also you have the link for the Facebook that if you join, then you'll get more information that potentially you miss out on WhatsApp as well. So that is about this event. Let me stop sharing. And now it is the time for us to just have Q&A and talk about things that you have to share and questions that you have in your mind. So let's do that now. You can start sharing from anything, how this event went for you, any questions you have, your mind patterns that you want to share, anything that comes to you, please share. And I request you again to come on camera and video so that everybody can see you as you're sharing. Simply unmute and share.
Prem Swamiji, I am very excited for this food meditation because I eat very fast, and sometimes I don't know how was the taste and all. So this is very interesting for me. I will enjoy it. I will.
Yes, so you have a similar pattern like mine, right? So that's good. Yeah, catch these patterns. You will see because we are so busy doing work. So food becomes the work itself, and you just want to finish the work. That is the relationship with food.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pranam Swamiji. This is
Yes.
Chanakya.
Yeah.
Yep. So last time when we had this food meditation, I was like the feeling I felt when we practiced it, and the same thing I did individually. There was a ton of difference between them. And eventually, after like third or fourth time I started eating, I totally forgot what the just at least tasting it or anything. I just fell in the same patterns I used to do before. No, even now I'm just eating some pasta. I feel it's so tasty, but after two or three times if I eat, then I think I'll forget it again.
Yeah. So Swamiji, thank you very much for sharing because this is a very good point. Friends, there is a reason why the masters have created Sangha. Sangha means group of people that are working on themselves, sadhana, or whatever you want to call it. Buddha had a Sangha, our master had a Sangha. We are here as a group. Group energy is very effective. Individually, you cannot do much. Your mind will constantly go back to the old patterns. Even if you want to do something different, it's going to drag you down. And this has got nothing to do with meditation alone. This has got to do with everything that we do in life. Imagine this: if you want to become more active, you want to go to gym, you require a membership, but also you try to get somebody along with you so that you feel motivated to go there because your mind is going to say, yeah, it's good, let me sleep a little bit more, I don't want to go today. So our mind is going to constantly pull us back to the old patterns because it is convenient, because we are used to it. So you need a group energy to help us to continue to be in the different dimensions. In the language that we said last time when we were doing witnessing, you want to be in third dimension, in the dimension of witnessing. And that is fully supported by group work. And that is why we're going to do this as a group. Otherwise, we could have done it individually. So Swamiji, thank you very much for asking the question. It's very, very relevant. And this is exactly why we are here together.
Yep. Thank you so much. I just have a small request. By any chance, can you post a video of Osho eating food? I tried to search everywhere. I couldn't get it.
I don't think I have. I have Osho
Okay.
picture, but I know I've read it somewhere. Osho used to take a long time to eat food. It's not like 10 minutes. He used to take an hour or so to eat the food because he used to enjoy the eating the food. It is not an exercise. You just go and eat something. Right? It's not work. And towards the later part of his life, there was restrictions about what type of food he can eat. So he used to eat food very bland, right? I think there was little rice, there was salad, and the same food he used to eat every day. So his cook used to get really bored cooking the same food, like it's the same food every day. And he's eating the food as if like he's eating for the first time. Like everybody is very confused. Because for Osho, every moment is new. So it is not that he had eaten that same food yesterday, so he can't eat the same food today because there's no comparison, there's no mind. But for us, if we have to eat the same food every day, oh my God, just imagine what would be our life, right? So let's learn from Osho's presence, not how Osho ate mechanically, that is less important. That is an individual phenomena. But let's bring the quality of awareness in our eating. And in the process, we are learning to be more aware. Remember, This is not about food. This is not about eating. This is about awareness. Eating and food is an excuse. It is a device because we're going to eat every day anyway. So we're going to use this as a device to create skills to upgrade our ability to be aware. That's what we are here to do, not to necessarily just eat food as a mechanical process or learn how to eat food. Thanks for asking the question, Swamiji.
Excellent. Now I got a much better idea of what I'm going to do in the next 7 days.
Right, right. And that's why it's important to ask. And some friends, if you're not fluent in English, please ask in Hindi. आपको अगर इंग्लिश में नहीं कहना है, कह नहीं सकते हैं, तो आप हिंदी में पूछें, कोई तकलीफ नहीं है, मैं हिंदी में आराम से बोल सकता हूँ. So please feel free. And I still see a lot of people that are on no camera. I request you to come on camera so we can have heart-to-heart conversation. This is a friendly dialogue. So please come on camera. And जिसको भी हिंदी में बोलना है, आप हिंदी में बोलें.
Hello, Swamiji. Thank you for this beautiful workshop. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is Rupali from Rajkot.
Oh, okay. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining, and hope you're going to enjoy the whole 7 days.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm looking forward to join this too. I just finished the Osho witnessing group with you last 7 days, and I think it just changed who I am. And the group work was so intense and beautiful. So I was a little skeptical to begin with because food, sometimes I get bored with that topic. Or I thought, oh, that's not my interest. And again, we have festivities going on. So I was a little skeptical and worried about another commitment, quote unquote. But when I listen to this, I'm like, oh my God, I can't miss this. This is so amazing. So I'm truly looking forward for joining. And it's like an adventure. Just one thing though, I hurt my hand. So it's going to be difficult for me to type, and my comfort zone is typing than speaking. So this is going to be a new challenge for me because I'm very shy recording messages. But let's see how that goes. Yeah, I can't type much because both my hands hurt right now.
This existence is such that it gives you unique opportunities every moment of the way. Osho says this is a school. Until you learn this school and graduate from here, you will continue to come back to this world again, again, again. What is the school about? The school is about awareness. The school is about discovering who we are. And in that process, the existence is so kind that it will offer you very unique opportunities for you to be aware exactly what you need. There are some people who recognizes that, accepts it, and then uses those moments to be aware. Other people see that as a burden, as a obstruction, and that obstruction happens in reality because we choose to see it that way. If you've done Anapanasati meditation, you will realize that Osho says, बाधा बाधाओं के कारण नहीं है, लेकिन हमारे मानने के लिए है. Any obstruction that happens in life, it is not because they are really obstruction, but it is because we choose to treat that as an obstruction. So my invitation to you is existence has given you an opportunity, unique opportunity for you at this moment. Leverage it, be aware, use it as a device for your further growth in awareness. or you can treat it as a hurdle. It is up to you. It is our freedom. So I invite you to be aware. Use this as a great opportunity. That's the first. The second one about your participation in the witnessing group, it has been so fantastic that you've been sharing so much and you've taken steps beyond that group to transform your relationships in your personal life. And that is so inspiring. So I hope that there will be another day, another program where we will work on relationships, the relationship with our parents, the relationship with our spouse, the relationship with our kids, and use that as a device to be aware and transform our relationships right here through awareness. I hope to do that as a program another time, and maybe you could share your experience, which people can learn from and get excited about transforming their lives. So thank you very much for your wholehearted participation in last group. And like I said, maybe you could choose to see this as a device and work on yourself.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And Namaste, Swamiji. This is Pooja. So I mean, once you said about, children and all, I got a trigger in my mind that, I mean, and it's a natural instinct, we give food to our kids also as a reward. And, it's always, it goes into that pattern that, they throw tantrums and then we, ask them to, um, you know, uh, we give them a reward in case they behave themselves, etc. So we have I look forward to being aware of this phenomenon as well when we go through this group.
Yes. No, thank you very much for sharing. Couple of things. Number one, there would be many things that we can impact others' life just by being aware in our life. But all of those are byproduct. So you may be aware through the group, and that may help you to transform some of the relationship that you have with your kids and others. But please realize that is an outcome, that is a byproduct. Our job is simply to be aware for ourselves. This whole message of the master is be selfish, and selfish in a way that you are simply working on yourself. The mind will many times say, wish my family was involved in this. Maybe my wife should have been part of this. Maybe my husband should have been part of this. Maybe he should take sannyas, she should take sannyas. All of these things are the wrong directions to go. So just for the sake of clarity for all of us, we are here only to work on our awareness. By being aware, there is a quality of being that gets developed, and that is of love, that is of acceptance, that is of compassion. And that may do wonders in our relationship with others. That may attract others. Say, what happened to this human being? He was totally different. Now I see him or her as a very different personality. What happened? That is the way to invite others. That is the way Master's message gets spread. We are simply focused on ourselves. So please be aware of this fundamental thing, because otherwise we will get distracted. We will go to change others, and that is the wrong way to proceed right from the beginning. So please always be aware of that. We are working on ourselves. Is that okay? Make sense?
Good, thanks.
Yes.
Yeah, I was just thinking, can you hear?
Yes.
Yeah, because you are mentioning it's just use it as a device. That's very good for the beginning. Because I was just wondering, because normally people use the dinner time as a communication time for the family members, right? And they often communicate with each other, exchange the information. And I was just wondering, how do this eat meditatively and by yourself, and how do you deal with that? So we use it as a device. Once you get there, you don't need to, like other Osho's method techniques, you can throw away because you're already there.
Yes, absolutely. And maybe you use lunchtime. You get to eat alone. You could use lunchtime for the experiment. You don't have to use all three lunch, all three main food, right? You can be aware while you're drinking tea. And this is a very well-known meditation method or device in Zen. You know, Zen people, they have a ceremony of eating tea. That is the big meditation moment, right? You sip the tea and you remain aware as you're sipping the tea. Try it out. That's Zen tea drinking. It's a big deal in Zen traditions. So choose any of your eating and drinking opportunity where you don't have to necessarily communicate with others, and where you can't avoid, it's okay. It's okay. It's not like you have to, every meal you have to eat meditatively. There's no restriction that we are imposing here. You are choosing to work on yourself in the best possible manner and choose the one that works for you. But yeah, yes, it is a device.
Thanks.
Namaste, Swamiji. This is my first session. I have, I think for a majority of my life, I've had a very abusive relationship with food. It's predominantly been one where I love it, I enjoy it in the moment, and it's very few moments. It's not a long stretch of time. And then at the end of it, I feel guilty. I hate myself for having indulged. I feel like there is something wrong with me. And then I blame the food. I blame everything in the universe. I blame myself. And I really have never really associated food and meditation in one and the same breath. I've had elders in my family tell me Annam Parabrahma Swarupam, which is what you were describing initially, but I never really paid any attention to that. The kind of food where you talk about like it's work, it's a chore, has always been the kind of food where we normally eat, like dal chawal or roti or whatever it is. And all the other food that we enjoy, junk food and whatnot, has always been abusive. So I have never actually had, I would say, a decent relationship with food until maybe, I mean, I've started to try and steer myself towards that. And I feel like your session couldn't have come at a more perfect time for me. And I feel really excited about pursuing this. Thank you.
You're welcome. And Arunaji, you have brought very important two aspects. Very, very important. And let me just share, and you realize how important you have shared that will benefit others too. First, you have been open to share about your food behavior. That is a courage by itself. Second, you mentioned about eating, overeating, not tasting. You are absolutely right. Like I mentioned, we have two hunger to satisfy. One is the physical hunger of the body. When I send this link of the video, you will, and as you go through, you realize that you could become aware of your hunger. That's the first thing. We're never aware of hunger too. Have you watched how hunger feels in the body? How it pains a little bit in the stomach? How it feels to you as a burning sensation? Do you know? No. 99.9% of us are not aware of that. We can relate to it as if that has happened in the past, but not while it is happening, we have been aware. Then we eat food, and that hunger of the body gets satisfied because body is a machine. It has hunger, and when you give food, that hunger, that impulse of hunger, that sensation, that information to the brain that I'm hungry gets stopped because it got the food. Problem is not there. The problem is with the mind. The mind wants to taste the food, and mind has that hunger. But because we are not present while we are eating, the mind doesn't have an opportunity to taste the food. And that hunger does not get satisfied. So the mind constantly wants to eat more, 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 more. And thereby we damage our body because the body cannot handle that much of food. It doesn't need it. We are not there to listen to the signal of the body that enough, I'm done. We're not there. So we're going to experiment on that. So thank you very much for sharing that first. Second, there's another thing that you mentioned which is extremely important. The way our mind works is that it wants you to do something, in this case, for example, overeating, and then it wants to repent. Osho says that is the way for the mind to convince you that, well, actually, I'm not that bad of a person. I actually want to eat properly, but it happened. And then you blame the food, blame others, blame the universe, blame yourself. That is the perfect way the mind works to retain the claim to make the same mistake again and again. And it has got nothing to do with only food. This is exactly how we are in every part of our life. Remember, reflect. You will notice every pattern of your mind that is repeating is because you repent. You make yourself guilty and others guilty and blame others. And that's how you retain the behavior because you never let it complete. So as you do this awareness methods, every day you will be sharing. And in that sharing, we will have clarifications like this. And then if you need more help, many times I get in a one-to-one call to help you even further to see where this degree of unawareness, the darkness, how to go and be more and more aware in your situation. I do that in a one-to-one call sometimes so that it becomes helpful to watch. So thank you very much for sharing those two aspects. It is applicable to all of us. And it's going to be a beautiful journey. These 7 days, don't assume to become enlightened. Don't create a goal in your mind. Oh, after 7 days, that's it. I'll become enlightened and I'll become totally aware of food. Just take it as a play. The more you treat it as a goal, you will miss the whole event. So don't make any goal. Be simple, playful, be aware.
Thank you very much, Sanjay.
You're welcome. There are some new people that I have never interacted in the past. Do you have any questions, any thoughts, concerns, anything?
Hi, Swamiji.
Yes, I can't hear you properly. Can you come closer to the microphone?
Oh, hello. Can you hear me now?
It's still very difficult to hear you.
Hold on one a Bose speaker, so let me disconnect. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, you have to be close to the microphone so we can hear you.
Hello?
Yes, it's very clear now.
Clear now? Okay. No, I'm sorry. I was connected to the speaker. So, hi, Swamiji. Namaste.
Namaste ji.
I am from Atlanta and I'm Ratna. My sannyas name is Ma Prem Radha. And I'm actually really looking forward to this because while growing up, I felt like I always enjoyed food, but I didn't realize it that it was kind of a pattern of enjoying it obviously, but also kind of pattern of emotional eating, and get into it so deep sometimes, like the taste is so amazing, and sometimes I used to overeat. It's been less after sannyas. Actually, my eating patterns have been much better, and I can see the difference. I can see that I've been eating with mindfulness, and when I don't overeat that much as before. I used to overeat many times. And I'm so amazed to see that when I meditate, I eat perfectly balanced, not too much, not too little. And I have had experiences of overeating or when I'm not happy or when I'm stressed or I didn't have a good day at work, then I would just right away. That's one of other pattern, is that when I come home, I'm directly going into snacking.
Yes.
So that is one of the other thing. Like with coffee, I would snack. So I think, yeah, I'm really excited to really go into dig deep into this, because it's a unique conversation and unique workshop. I've
Yes.
not attended it before.
Yes, I'm so
So
excited.
I'm really excited, and thank you so much for organizing this.
Yes, thank you very much for sharing that. And yes, I'm excited too. And these things come to me as it comes to me. So there is no logic to it why I do this and why I would do anything in the future. They all come because Osho wants it to come. But coming to your couple of thoughts, yeah, thank you for sharing the pattern. And a lot of us share the same pattern about how we eat. So thank you for being open. The second one that triggered through your conversation is this. When we meditate, why do we eat balanced food? Why do we eat what is needed? And sometimes, actually, my experience is when we meditate and we've gone deeper in meditation, we can't eat food for a long time. At least that's my experience. Why? If you have noticed it, you may not have noticed at that time, but if you reflect in your meditative journey, you may also find your experience that you have meditated, you've had a really good meditation, and you have not been able to eat after that. Here's why it happens, friends. Food is a measure of, or as a means of intaking energy. The body needs food because that provides the energy to the body. When we are meditating and there are glimpses of silence in the meditation, when there's no mind, for those glimpses, we are directly connected with the existence. There is no barrier of the mind. When that happens, your body gets nourishment from the eternal source of existence. You can't eat more because your body does not need more. You can't eat more because your body is no longer hungry. It feels deeply satisfied. It does not need external food to refill the energy. It has gotten the energy from a different source, a much higher source, of course, but it has got the food from or the energy from non-material source. That is why you will notice when you meditate and go in deeper, you feel you're so satisfied, including not having the hunger for the food itself. So notice this, friends. Next time you get into that situation, be aware of it. You're getting nourishment from higher sources, and that's why it is happening to you. So thank you very much, Maradha, for bringing that up so we could share in this event.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I know with us, we have one friend that I have seen his name many times. He conducts laughing meditations, Rakesh Saji. So I'm so glad that you're here. I have not attended your event, but I'm glad that you are here. So maybe I'll attend one of your event, and hopefully you find this event to be of enjoyment and something that you will really like.
Right after the session, I'm about to start experimenting because I'm getting hungry now.
Of course, great. So we have 2 more minutes. So if anybody has any quick question, then I can answer. Otherwise, I want to wrap it and keep it to 60 minutes.
Yep. Swamiji, a quick question. So another observation I had previously after a meditation session is this multitasking. I have to watch something when I'm eating. Even last time when I tried to do it after a session during a lunch, first 5 or 10 minutes I was like able to eat, and I don't know how automatically my hand went. I took out the phone, I started searching for a video, I started playing it, and after a long time I figured out that, whoa, what just happened?
Yeah, it is an association, right? So in our mind, we have associated food and eating with watching something. It's a pattern that we have created. But if we have created the pattern, we can break the pattern. There's no problem about it. If you hypnotize yourself, which is what we have done in every conditioning that we have, then we can dehypnotize ourselves as well, because we're the one who has done it. So awareness is the medicine, is the device to dehypnotize ourselves. So be aware, experiment, bring your awareness higher and higher, and these things will become no problem.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's 10 o'clock here. Let me wrap it up by saying thank you very much for everybody that has joined here and are going to experiment together in this unique meditation group, food meditation, as guided by Osho, of course, that we will experiment in our lives. And then we'll share and we'll meet every day. Tonight, just like tonight, for next 7 days. And we will have a lot of fun. So thank you very much for joining. Take care. Have a good night or good day. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.